I moved to Los Angeles about 10 years ago with two of my very best friends. We moved to London in 1984 when rockabilly 50s music was very, very popular. It was even in the charts, the pop charts, and some records used to get to #1, like Hank Mazel's Jungle Rock was #1, and that was re-recorded at that time in the 80s. But it's an actual 50s track with a really old American artist. So rockabilly music was very popular. But if you live somewhere for a long time, you can get bored. So we decided, all our friends got married and settled down. We went to Los Angeles for one last fling of a couple of years, and that was 10 years. And everything's still swinging and everything's wonderful. And we're all still enjoying ourselves. They don't play music, my two friends, just me. But I come back all the time. I played the Big High Festival in Barcelona and England. I played the Hemsby and the Rockabilly Rave, the Rhythm Riot. Thousands of people come. And but with this band, I'm really quite excited. I used to play with a band in Europe called the Playboys, and that was a freewheeling rock and roll thing. And I played with them for about 13 years, and they're very popular. But now with this band I can do the same thing, express myself, and it seems to fit with what they like. They had another drummer, a younger drummer before, and I think he got married, and so he had too many other commitments. And they asked me would I like to play, and so that was great for me, because I really enjoy it, and I think they like the way I play too. And we just recorded a new CD with the first time with me playing, and it's so with my influence, it's a little bit different to what they were doing before. A little bit more 60s, you know, that kind of a thing. But everything's going really, really well at the moment. It's very, very good.
I play for other bands on the label, and I started a band on the label. It was my baby. I was the original founding member. You know, that's cool. But I watched YouTube back in 2004, 2005, watching Viva Las Vegas, watching Let's Get Wild videos, you know. I see Luis. I don't know who he is. I've never met the guy in my life. I hardly even know what Wild Records is. My friend told me about him, you know. You know how it is when your friend, oh, you check out this website. Yeah, that's what it was to me. And I see Luis playing, well, rip it up, shake it up now, rip it up, shit, da-na-ba-na. And at the time, I'm listening to the Stray Cats, and I'm listening to, you know, Eddie Cochran, which is all great, brilliant stuff in its own right, but there's nothing like, rip it up, shake it up. It's not the Stray Cats, it's just, it's energy in music form. It's just Red Bull on stage, you know? And I'm just like, fuck. Like, oh my God. Like, I acted with Luis like I would act with, how common people act with Lady Gaga. Or people act with Tom Cruise when he walks by. Oh, you know? And that's really how I was. And so now I get to slap Luis on the back. I get to talk to Victor Mendez, the bass player, who's also my hero. He's in Chewie and the Bobcats. It's hard to explain that what a huge fan first I am. You know, it's changed my life, Wild Records, before I even became a part of Wild Records. So, I mean, I consider myself blessed. You know, I mean, I don't know what's up there. Maybe it's God or Zeus or Jesus or somebody. They love me because they've sincerely, like, given me the thing of a lifetime. I'm sitting here a few days ago, mind you, 4 days ago, I was sitting in my home in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm watching TV just like every day, you know, boring. And now I'm here sitting in a cinema that's, I don't know, hundreds of years old, maybe? I don't know. And I'm in Belgium. You know, I'm in Brugge. I don't apologize for the Brugge. That's easy. And I'm here, and I'm so far away from home, but yet I'm at home. You know, with all my friends and you guys, everybody. It makes it such a. It's a dream, really. I feel like when I'm alive, I feel like I'm dreaming now.
We try to. What I mean is, this new Wildfires, we all live in different places. The guitar player lives in Las Vegas. Bass player lives in Van Nuys. I live in Pasadena, and drummer lives in Hollywood. 3 of us are in Southern California, even different cities in Southern California, and 1 in Las Vegas. So it's hard because of Andrew living in Las Vegas.
So, so basically, when we work on music is when right before a show, or if we're gonna record, then he'll drive down. He'll take like a 4-hour drive to come down and rehearse and work on music. So no, we don't rehearse and work on music all the time. It's only when we really have to, and when we have to play a gig or record or stuff like that. Yeah.
We try to set up a weekend or a week, and between the day jobs, we get together for a week and we rehearse, and then maybe we don't see each other for another. Maybe the next time is when we're on tour again, or whenever the next gig is. But we try to just stay 1 week, so we don't rehearse often. But when we rehearse as much as we can, and that's how we write songs.
I do music for a living, but obviously sometimes you can't always make enough money. You have to do a separate job on the side, which I do, just delivery work. Like everybody else, you have to pay your rent. But I leave the option open to play music.
I actually work for Lufthansa, where I work. The company rebuilds landing gears for airplanes. So I do a lot of like data entry and stuff. Work on blueprints and things for, I just do a lot of like computer work basically.
Which I don't have anymore. I quit my day job to play rock and roll music.
Musicians have a very love-hate relationship with day jobs. Okay, so I had a day job. And I don't want to speak too wildly about it, because you can include this, because it's for the government, the United States government. I worked just about 5 days ago. I worked for the TSA, which is the Transportation Security Administration, and it's under the Department of Homeland Security. And I worked as a TSO, which is an officer, and so I'm at the metal detector and I'm on the X-ray, and I'm protecting the country from people who would do harm to it, And I took the job very seriously, and I love the job, but I had to quit because there's something I love a little bit more, and that's music. So about 5 days ago, I told a little bit longer. I gave a little bit of notice. I tried to be nice, but I told my boss, I'm going on tour in Europe, and like it's a big deal. It's a big deal to go to Europe for me, and I protected the country, and so I quit the job just for this tour. I'm at a 3 weeks tour, and I have no regrets whatsoever. The day job was good. I have actually still have the health insurance card in my pocket, So I had health insurance, and I was able to go to the doctor if I was sick, and all, and which is great. And I thank the government and the job for that. But it's not rock and roll, I can't. I might not be able to go get healthy if I want to now, but I can play with my friends and be happy. Well, actually, I can tell you, I remember very well. I was 14 years old. My friend has a cheap guitar, a toy guitar almost, and he never uses it full of dust. So hey, let me borrow it. 14-year-old kid. I'm just gonna go learn some stuff. So I go on the computer, and obviously I don't know how to play whatsoever. And little by little, I kind of teach myself this or that. Maybe a Beatles lick here that I love, maybe Led Zeppelin. This is what I'm into at the time, 14 years old. Led Zeppelin, maybe Eddie Cochran. I liked Eddie Cochran when I was 14 years old. Maybe a blues lick like an Eric Clapton, like that was a big deal for me. So like that's like a big deal. Just the simplest thing to me was a big deal back then. And so I keep continuing, sitting in my room all alone. Didn't have many friends apparently because I spent a lot of time. It seems like I practiced a hell of a lot more. I should be better, than I am now. But
yeah, I started playing the piano when I was 12 years old. My mom brought me this little toy piano one day, and I started playing funny songs like Mary Had a Little Lamb and just little kid songs. And when I started learning these songs by myself, I got really excited. so one day I just, I just kept playing and playing, and I kind of taught myself how to play. And then one day I heard Jerry Lee Lewis on the radio or in the CD or something, and I was like, wow, what kind of, that's really cool piano playing. What is that? And then, as I looked and looked, I found out that it was rock and roll music. And that's what sparked my interest in music. And so yeah, I started playing piano when I was 12 years old, and I played for years. And then one day and then after that I found rockabilly music, and the upright bass attracted me. So I just basically bought a bass one day and just figured out how to play it, and here I am now, years later, traveling and and recording and doing really cool things.
And now I feel like I've reached a point. I'm gonna sound like an asshole because I'm blowing my own trumpet here. I'm like, look at me. But I feel like I've developed my own style, and I'm excited about that. I feel like there's about 25 million people who can play better than me. But I feel like nobody does what I do, I feel like when you see me playing, obviously I'm drawing influences from just about anyone, just about any guitar player. But when I play on stage, I feel like I'm Andrew Himmler, I feel like, hey, that's Andrew Himmler, I feel like someone might be acting a bit like me on stage somewhere. Hey, you're doing an Andrew Himmler thing. Like, obviously I'm getting way ahead of myself, and that hasn't happened, but I just feel like what I'm doing is is me. Yeah.
On this tour, this was a Heart-Shaped Noose tour, because that's the name of our album, Heart-Shaped Noose. This was just a couple of days ago. It was fantastic. So we're just starting this tour right now, and it was great. We were happy to actually. Where was it actually now? It was in Germany, wasn't it? I think. I don't remember now. It was great. I mean, it was fun. I mean, we drank. I had some gin. The crowd was fun. It was in Germany. Where in Germany? Sorry, I don't remember so much anymore. Sorry, it's because I come to Europe every 3 weeks. I come because of all the projects that I'm doing. But yes, the Heart-Shaped Noose tour, this one here, was great. The audience was fantastic, and the people were great. The food's always fantastic. Beer's always delicious, and we had a lot of fun. And we're just getting started, and we're having a great time. Well, we really are. It's been a great time. I love coming out here. It's like my second home. Not just Germany, but Europe overall is like my second home. A lot of great friends, a lot of great people.